Meet Larry Haverfield. He's been described as a living model of American Gothic, and he embodies our idea of the quintessential rancher.
My father and a moneyed partner had put this ranch together in the late 40s, and they operated it for about 10 years, and then the drought of '56 put them out of business. And at that time, my father and I were partnered, father and son partnership. We had 4,000 acres of grass. It had been not used all that summer of '56. It was the most severe drought I've seen.
He's far from typical, scooting around the place on his Yamaha motorcycle. He's a hard-working man, nearly single-handedly moving and tending hundreds of head of steer. His ranch has been the focus of seemingly never-ending lawsuits. This is the unlikely hero of prairie conservationists in what has been dubbed the Prairie Dog Wars.
The community was up in arms about a lot of prairie dogs. So there was about 100 people at the first meeting, the get-together, and at some point in the meeting I stood up and told them this, and I was probably overdoing it, and I told them I liked prairie dogs. And I told them the whys, and I probably just well passed on that. And that's where it started. In the next week's paper, the headline on the prairie dog story was 100 to 1. One for prairie dogs and 100 against. And commissioners were starting to send letters to people, kind of like threatening letters that you get your prairie dogs killed or we'll come and kill them and send you the bill. The old law's on the books. And that old law is if your neighbor complains about your prairie dogs and you don't poison them, control them, the county could come in and poison them and send you the bill. And they did that with us some. They did it 3 times, usually on a Friday.
And did they send you the bill?
Every time, yeah. Bay and I moved out here from Scott City in late '56. It was conventional grazed, and the grass was in very poor condition at that point. We didn't practice very good management at all on our grasslands. '56, I was 20 years old, and I did a lot of dumb things. Hopefully I've learned a little bit since then. We had to figure out a way to get more production from our ranch. Just by chance, I went to Stan Parsons, now it's Dave Pratt's School of Ranching for Profit. It enabled us to double our stocking rate after going to school and learning the fundamentals of rotation grazing. The 2 important things in my mind are rotation grazing and prairie dogs.
Rotational is exactly what it sounds like. You move your cattle from pasture to pasture. Larry takes us out to join him on one of these moves. Larry divided his 10,000 acres into 115 different paddocks, and the cattle are moved every 2 days. That sounds like a lot of work, but the herds learn the drill pretty quick.
They get used to you coming around about then, and they're ready to move. So all you gotta do is just open the gate. We're running 2 herds, and we're moving every 2 days with each herd. And each herd would have at least 50 paddocks, so that gives us 100 days rest. And that seems to be adequate at this point. What we are doing is mimicking the way it was when buffalo were here. We're trying to mimic the way it was then. And to me, that is the ideal way. The way it was, the buffalo were taking care of things better than we tend to. This 5.5 day school, super intensive school. It was the greatest thing that ever happened to me. But I never could convince anyone else to go. Feel that heat? Woo.
The idea that you can't have a successful, profitable cattle business and prairie dogs on the same piece of land. To that, you'd say what?
Well, I believe you can. But I believe that it is best if we had prairie dogs continuously so that we maintain our predator population. You know, I guess what I could say is we like to kill prairie dogs the old-fashioned way, by the predators eating them. It's terrific cost to poison prairie dogs. You have to continually work at it. They're tough little fellows.